London, a city of dreams, aspirations, and opportunities. A city where each corner tells a story. In the heart of this urban tapestry, we find the story of Sven Badzak, a young man whose life was intricately woven into the fabric of this city. Sven Badzak, a young man with aspirations and dreams, was an alumnus of Wetherby's private school, an institution graced by the likes of Princes William and Harry. After his time at Wetherby, Sven pursued further studies at Roehampton University. With a vision of the future, he aspired to undertake a law conversion course, hoping to step into the legal world as a solicitor. While charting his academic and career path, Sven supported his family, working alongside his father in their construction business. His journey, filled with ambition and promise, faced an untimely and tragic interruption. On the early evening of the 6th of February 2021, a tragedy unfolded on a busy West London high street that would send shockwaves through the community. Rashid Gedel, 22, was fast on their trail, and as he neared Sven and his friend, he was joined by two accomplices, Shiro Ambersley, 23, and Harvey Canavan, 19. Together, they approached the unsuspecting duo. The atmosphere tensed. A voice called out, "What are you on?" Within moments, violence erupted. Sven was stabbed in the chest. His friend was stabbed in the back. Despite the pain and shock, Sven mustered enough strength to run a short distance. But he soon collapsed, his attackers relentless. They punched and kicked him, showing no mercy. His friend, despite being wounded, managed to flee towards a nearby supermarket. He sought refuge, escaping from the assailants. As quickly as it started, the chaos ended. The attackers abandoned their pursuit and disappeared into the night. The Metropolitan Police, known for their meticulous attention to detail, began piecing together the final moments of Sven's life. With the city watching and waiting, the pressure was immense. Three names emerged prominently: Rashid Gedel, Shiro Ambersley, and the youngest, Harvey Canavan. Their paths crossed that fateful evening, and their actions left an indelible mark on the city's heart. It wasn't just the evidence against them, but their own bravado that betrayed them. But justice has a way of catching up. By September 2021, all three were arrested and charged. The wheels of justice were in motion. Among the accused, another name emerged: Lior Agbayan. Together with Gedel, Ambersley, Canavan, and others, they represented a chilling reality of violence and misunderstanding. But unlike the others, Lior's tale is one that extends beyond the borders of the UK. In the days following the tragedy, Lior's footsteps were traced to Paris and subsequently to the Ivory Coast. While the others were apprehended and faced the law, Agbayan vanished. Why the Ivory Coast? The answer might lie in his heritage. Lior, the son of an Ivorian diplomat, found refuge in a country without an extradition agreement with Britain. It's been 2.5 years since the fateful incident in London, but Lior remains elusive, hidden away in the folds of a nation that's thousands of miles away. The complexity of the situation is deepened by his father's status, a respected diplomat with connections that span continents. Even as an Interpol red notice hangs over Lior, the reach of justice seems uncertain. As Lior Agbayan remained elusive in the Ivory Coast, two of his co-accused faced the wrath of British justice. Rashid Gedel and Shiro Ambersley sat, defiantly nonchalant, even laughing at times during their trial. The atmosphere grew tense when Judge John Dodd reprimanded Gedel, incredulous that he could find amusement in such a solemn setting. Both were handed down a severe sentence of 27 years each, found guilty of the murder and a knife attack on Mr. Badzak's young friend. But there was another, Harvey Canavan. Choosing to admit his role in the crime, Canavan watched remotely from HMP Belmarsh, receiving a sentence of 7.5 years. While the judgment was delivered outside the courtroom, the pursuit for justice was far from over. Sven's mother, Dr. Badzak, remains committed to ensuring every individual involved faces justice. Her words resounding with determination. 3 of Sven's killers have now faced justice. The rest of them will too.